One day I will share my full story, but we're not quite there. Today I want to talk about the results of my journey, knowledge, wisdom, the insight, and the framework that changed everything for me. If you ever felt like you knew what to do, but nothing quite clicks, this episode's for you. Welcome to Embodied with Sabrina Rose. This is a space where soul meets science, where we explore mind, body, and soul through neurology, biology, and quantum understanding. Here, we don't just talk about change, we talk about what allows it to stick. So take a breath, settle in, and let's get embodied. Today, I want to show you how real change, lasting change, is actually created. We live in a society that is obsessed with strategy. What's the plan? What's the system? What's the hack? What's the next step? And strategy does matter, but strategy alone isn't going to change your life, because what we're doing is trying to build a new life on an old operating system. So when it doesn't work, we assume that the strategy is wrong. And then we buy another course. We jump to another method. And quietly, we start wondering, what's wrong with me? Nothing. What's missing is the foundation that makes it all stick. To understand change, we first need to understand, who are we? And I'm not talking about your name. I'm not talking about your job title. I'm not talking about your gender. At our core, we are made up of three components that make up our experiences and our identity here on this planet: our mind, our body, and our soul. And in order for you to make any lasting change, all three need to be upgraded together. The best way that I can explain this is we are 2/3 human and 1/3 limitless creators. The human part of you, the mind and the body, have one primary job: to keep you alive. Not hot, not wealthy, not fulfilled, alive. Your mind and your body keep you alive by creating predictability, familiar patterns, familiar emotions, familiar reactions. And anything unfamiliar, even if it's good, sets off the alarms. This is not a flaw. This is biology. But once you understand the rules of the game, you can stop fighting yourself. Let's walk through an example almost everyone can relate to: money. You want more money. You learn a new skill. You took a course. You have all the information. But taking action feels like you're climbing Mount Everest. And you think, I don't get it. I know how. Why can't I do this? You're not failing. Your identity hasn't caught up with your desire. Let's start with the mind. Your subconscious programming is running the show. Just like you don't have to consciously think about breathing or walking, there are programs running in the background all the time. Programs like your beliefs, which create your thoughts, and your thoughts that create your emotions, and your emotions that drive your behavior. Here's what most people don't realize: the majority of your belief system was programmed before age 10, and most of it before age 7. You didn't choose it, it was handed to you by your parents, your caretakers, experiences, and all through the lens and the understanding of a child. So let's talk about money again. Maybe you heard things like, money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Maybe you grew up with scarcity, irresponsibility, shame around wanting more. Those repeated experiences formed beliefs. And until you become aware of them, they're running on autopilot. This is why people self-sabotage right when things are starting to get better, because success feels unsafe when it is unfamiliar. But the good news is it can change. Your brain can change. It's called neuroplasticity. With repetition, new beliefs become familiar. This is why affirmations work. You're retraining your mind. You're choosing a new belief system. Now let's talk about the body. Most people are living in fight or flight and calling it ambition. Tense shoulders, racing thoughts, endless to-do lists, always tired. Sound familiar? In the US, hustle is praised and rest is shamed. And so we try to force our bodies to comply. More caffeine, more workouts, more hustle, more grind. No wonder you're exhausted. Your nervous system has two main states: the sympathetic, which is your fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, which is rest and digest. We were designed to move between them. The sympathetic nervous system obviously is beneficial in moments of urgency, but most of us are living there and not coming back to baseline. That inability to relax, the disrupted sleep, the lack of focus and motivation, that's a nervous system that doesn't feel safe. So instead of doing more, we need to create safety. And let's do that together right now. Wherever you are, soften your shoulders and close your eyes if it feels safe. And obviously, if you're able to, if you're driving, please don't do this. Pull over or come back to it. But what we're going to do is a little bit of breath work. We're going to inhale for 6 counts and we're going to exhale for 8. And the reason that we do this is inhaling triggers your sympathetic nervous system. And as you exhale, it triggers your parasympathetic nervous system. So inhale through your nose for 6 and exhale through your mouth for 8. Let's do this together 4 times. If your mind wandered, that's okay. Just notice how your body feels now, because this is what safe feels like. Let's talk about the soul. And whether you're spiritual or not, stay with me because we're going to tie this into science, specifically quantum physics. Einstein famously said, energy is everything, because energy is information and your emotions are sending the signal. The lower vibration emotions like fear send static to the universe, incoherent communication. Emotions like love create coherency. It's a clear signal. This is the core of manifestation, not wanting something desperately, but becoming familiar with the feeling of it. The universe is not on a budget. The universe wants you to have everything you desire, but you have to give it instructions. Most people know what they don't want. Very few have clarity on what they actually do want. And even fewer are clear on how they want to feel peace, freedom, joy, love. This is why visualization isn't pretending, it's training familiarity. So let's summarize this. If you only work in one area, nothing changes. Mind alone, your body isn't going to feel safe. So your emotions won't feel safe. So you're sending an incoherent signal. Body alone, you feel calm, but you're stuck. And if you only focus on the energetics, you feel inspired, but you're ungrounded. When all 3 come online together, strategy finally has somewhere to land. This is how you change your identity. This is embodiment. I lived in survival longer than I wanted to, and I know what it takes to shift out of it. This is the work I do. This is my purpose. This is why everything that I went through in my life and why I went seeking and chasing the answers to bring this message, to help others see that you're not failing, that there's anything wrong with you. You're not broken. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do, to keep you alive. Thank you for being here and doing this work with me. If this episode resonated, you'll find ways to work together and connect in the description. Until next time, remember this: you are safe. Go create.